Hi everyone, thanks for joining us this afternoon. This session is going to be presented by Jo, who's one of our School Liaison coordinators. Also assisting in this afternoon is Claire, one of our admin team leaders. Throughout the session, please feel free to use the Q&A box to the right of your screen and ask any questions you may have about making an application to college. So Jo, would you like to start?
Thank you very much, Claire. Chelsea, can you hear me yet?
All good.
Thank you very much. Okay, hello everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today on how to make a college application for the Manchester College. We're going to show you step-by-step guide on how to use our application portal. Okay, so just a few facts before I move on and introduce ourselves properly. We're the #1 college in Greater Manchester for the 2nd year running, and our Ofsted is good. So that's usual questions that we get from young people is what is our Ofsted grade? So we are a good provider. So moving on, you'll hear two voices today. I'm Chelsea. So you'll hear me, that's Joe Islam, obviously me. I look a bit different with my hair, it's really short at the moment. It's my lockdown haircut. So I'll give you a quick introduction on what my role is. So as a schools liaison coordinator, my role is to support a caseload of different schools that I work with. So all the young people giving you advice and guidance on your post-16 options. So once you leave school, what are your options? If you're interested in a certain career pathway, we're there to help you and support you, and also what the Manchester College offers alongside other different providers as well. I've been at the college just over 2 years, so to be precise, 2 years and 2 months. I'm based at the Openshaw campus, which is one of our main hubs. And one of the main things I really like about working for the Manchester College is we're a very inclusive college. So what that means is we don't handpick students, we're open to everyone. Whatever level you may be working towards or start at, we've got a course for every single person. I get to go into so many different schools all across Greater Manchester and meet students from all kinds of backgrounds and walks of life. So that's a very rewarding part of the job for myself. And also I work with an amazing team. So whether it's the schools liaison coordinators, there's 6 of us in total. We also work closely with our admissions team and the careers advisors. So that's one of the main things I love about working at Manchester College. So I'm now going to pass it over to Claire, who'll give you a quick introduction about herself.
Hi, my name is Claire Pearce. I work for the Administration Services team. I'm one of the team leaders within the college. So we deal with your applications and then we'll support you through the application process. And when you come in to enrol, you'll normally see one of the admin team when you come and do that. I've been working at the college for 16 years and I'm normally based out of Wythenshawe campus. Okay.
Thank you very much, Claire. Okay, so the main purpose of this session is so you get to learn about our new application portal. So the benefits and how to make sure it's successful and you filled everything in correctly. And you also get to see the different communications and the different emails that we send out to every single student. We'll also cover some of the benefits and the frequently asked questions that we get. Okay, or like Chelsea said, you get to also ask questions as we go along the session. Okay, so I'm now going to show you a pre-recorded video, which I did not so long ago. If you just carefully watch this video for me, please, and just keep an eye out on everything that I fill out, and it'll basically explain everything to you. I'm just going to play that video now for you.
Is there meant to be sound there, Jo?
Sorry, Chelsea, is the sound coming through?
Not yet. Shall we retry if you just want to stop sharing your screen and reshare?
Okay. Do apologize about this slight technical issues. It looks like my Wi-Fi is a bit slow at the moment as well. Just perfect timing. So I'll just share my screen again. Okay, I'm going to play the video again. Please let me know if that's working, Chelsea.
Which is tmc.ac.uk, and it will take us straight to our homepage. So this is our homepage, as you can see. So to make it relevant to myself, I'm going to find the course I'm looking for and make it more specific to myself. So I'm going to pretend I'm a school leaver. So I'm going to select 16 to 18. If you are 19 or above, you can select adults and it will pick up all the adult courses as well. So I'm going to select 16 to 18 because I'm going to pretend I'm a school leaver. I'm going to look for a course in business. Okay, so business, and go and find your course. So once I click on that, it will bring up all the different courses within the business department and all the different campuses. So all the way from level 1 to level 2 to level 3. So I'm looking for a level 3 course. So this one here, Business Venture with Entrepreneurship, is offered at 4 different campuses, and I'm looking for Openshaw campus. It's 16 to 18 and it's a level 3 course. So this is most ideal for me. So I'll click on that and we can get some more information. For example, overview. It'll tell us what the topics will be studied and a bit more on entry requirements and how it will be assessed. Okay. So this is the course I want to do. It's a level 3 course. It's a school leaver course. There's a green icon here that says apply now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on apply now. And it's asking me to confirm which campus. So the most ideal campus for myself is Openshaw. So I will select that. And it will then take me onto this page. So it's asking for a username and password. I obviously don't have that yet. I've not created an account. So what you have to do is you have to create an account. So if I click on that, it will take me on to this page. So it's asking for some basic details. For example, my first name, surname, email address, date of birth. Where it has a star in certain places, you definitely have to fill these out. There's no way around it, or else it won't let you progress onto the next page. So I'm going to start off by filling it in. So my first name, Joe, my surname, Islam, my date of birth. I will make up this date of birth, but please make sure you enter your actual date of birth, okay? It needs to be accurate. So I'm making this up, like I said, so 01/01/2003. So my email address, and when you do enter your email address, please try and make sure it's a personal one. Reason being is if it's a school one, sometimes you might have limited access if you were to leave school. So it's always best to put a personal one so you can access it at any time. So I'm going to put my work email address in. I'm going to slightly edit it a bit. So islamj2020@tmc.ac.uk. Okay. And title, I'm going to put Mr. Mobile number, I'm making this up, but please make sure you put your actual mobile number in. If you don't have one, you can put your carers or your parents or whoever looks after you, just so if we need to contact you, we actually can as well. So like I said, I'm making this up, but please make sure you put your actual mobile number in, okay? And then it's asking for a password. As you can see here, I need to create a password. So please read quickly what it's asking for. So it has to be a minimum of 9 or more characters, a combination of upper and lowercase characters, and at least 1 number, okay? So I'm going to make sure I fill all that in. So I'm going to start off with a capital, and then I'm going to put a few numbers in, just to make sure I've ticked the box. And then I will go and register. So this icon here. Okay, so as you can see here, it has now successfully created my account. So my username is IslamJ2020. So it's the first part of your email address without the @ So that's the easiest way to identify your username. So I'm going to close that down. And it's asking for an emergency contact. If you could fill all this in, please. I won't fill this in now because we're quite short on time. I'll leave that out. And address. So it's asking for my address here. So I'll put in the Openshaw postcode, which is M11 2WH. And if I go on find, it will pick up the Manchester College. So as you can see here, it's picked up the Manchester College. Because it's picked up the slightly older address, I'm going to change it to Manchester College, okay? I'm just going to leave it as that. So when you type in your postcode, it will pick up all the door numbers within your street. So you have to find the right door number, which is relevant to yourself, okay? So if I have a home telephone number, I'd put it in here. So if you don't have one, you can tick this box here. I have no home phone number. So I'm just going to double check before I go on to the next page. I've filled in everything. Yeah, emergency contact details, like I said, it's really important. So if you could fill that out, it saves you from filling in at a later stage. I've got all my address. I can go on this icon now, continue, which takes me over to the next page. Okay, so now it's asking me for my nationality. So if you were born in the UK, you can just put United Kingdom. If you've not been in the country for 3 years, or you've not been a EU resident for 3 years, please do tick this box here. It's asking for my ethnic background as well. So I'm just going to put Asian, Bangladeshi. Okay, this box here as well, if it's relevant to yourself, please do tick it. And here, this is important. So this is your school details. It's really important that you put your accurate school in. Some of the schools have similar names, so please make sure you put the right one in. If you are from a school outside of the UK or outside of Greater Manchester, you can select a different box. I'm just going to show you an example now. So let's just say I lived in Leeds or Birmingham or London, a different city. I can just put school outside of UK or Greater Manchester. Okay, you can put that down. If it's within Greater Manchester, your school will be picked up. Okay, school outside of UK, if you didn't study in the UK, if you were out of Greater Manchester, again, you can select that as well. Okay, if your school for some reason is not stated, you can also select this here, school not stated. It's very unlikely that it won't be. If it is within Greater Manchester, it will be on there. So I'm just going to pretend I go to a local school. So Manchester Academy, I'll select that. So as you can see, there's a lot of Manchester Academies. I have to make sure it's the right one. I select the right one, Manchester Academy. Here we go. So I've ticked that. And the next section is asking for, do you have a learning difficulty or disability? Okay. So if you don't have one, you can select this. I do not have a learning difficulty or disability. If you do, I have a learning difficulty or disability, select that. So I'm just going to give you an example of how to put one in if you should have one. Okay. So here it's asking for, I have a learning difficulty or disability, and then I can add one here. Okay. So it's added a row. I now have to select what's relevant to my need. Okay. So if it's ADHD, if you've got a visual impairment, if it's dyslexia, or whatever it may be, you can select that. If it's not stated, you can also put that, not stated or not provided. So let's just say you've got dyslexia. I'm going to select that. So that's there now. If you have another one, you can add in another one. So that's added now. So let's just say you've got a visual impairment. You can also select that. And then if you wanted to add another one, you can do also. But just say by mistake you add in an extra one, you can also remove it. So if I press this icon here, remove, it'll remove that. Okay, so we're going to leave it as dyslexia. And these sections here is asking a bit more details. Are you in care? Are you a carer? Or do you need any kind of assistance when coming to a college interview? Or do you have an EHCP plan? Okay, I don't have any of these, so I'll leave that out. I've just got the one need, so dyslexia, and I'll go and continue. It has now taken me over to qualifications. Now, like I said, if it's got a star, it means you definitely have to fill it in. It's not got a star. However, this is really important that we get this information if you've got it handy. Because if you don't put it in, we can't allocate you to the right level of course. And we also need it later on if you were to enroll with us. So I'm going to give a few examples. Let's just say, for example, I've done my GCSE English. So I did it in year 10. I'm now in year 11. And I did my GCSE English in year 10. I got a grade. So I'm going to put subject English. I've already got this. My qualification is GCSE. And my actual grade, I got a grade 9. I worked really hard and I got a grade 9 in year 10. Okay, so that's my actual grade, which I've already got. Year achieved. So let's just say I got it in 2019, which was last year. So I can add qualification. Okay, it's now added. If I scroll down a bit, it's now got my English GCSE. I did it last year, remember? It was in 2019 I achieved it and I got a grade 9. So I've not done my maths and my science yet, so I'm going to add that in now. So I'm now going to add maths. Qualification, it's a GCSE, and it's my predicted grade. So I'm predicted a grade 8 for my maths, okay? It's not my actual grade, it's my predicted grade, which I'm aiming to get for this academic year. So I will be achieving it in 2020, and then I can add qualification. So it has now added my maths and my English. So I'll add in one more GCSE, so my science, okay, qualification, GCSE, okay, it's a double award, and I will put in a grade 9. I'm predicted a grade 9 for my double award science. Remember, it's not my actual grade. I'm predicted to get this in this academic year, and it'll be 2020. Okay, add qualification, and that will be added on the rows below. So I've now got my maths, science, and English. My actual grade, remember, is grade 9 in English, which I've got last year. So some of you may have different qualifications. So for example, you might be doing BTECs. You can also add that in. So let's just say you do a BTEC in sport. Qualification, I can put BTEC. Whatever level it is, you can put that down. If it's an award, if it's a certificate, and whatever level it is, you can put that down. So it's an award, level 2 that I'm doing in sport. My predicted grade is a distinction. If it's a merit or pass, please put that down. Year achieved, so 2020, I'll be getting it in this academic year, and I'll add in that qualification. So as you can see now, I've got some of my grades that are added. So I've got maths, science, sport, and English. So some of the qualifications I've already got. Some of them I'm predicted to get certain grades. Some of them are not even GCSEs. So how many GCSEs you're ever doing, you can put that down, okay? You can constantly add qualification and add them all in. So I'll now go and continue. It's asking for any evidence type. So this is the section where you can upload a personal statement if you've got any exam results. So for example, I've got my GCSE in English. I can upload this so that it's evidence there. You can also put references in, okay? So select what it is and then upload, and then you just browse through your documents and you upload it, okay? So I'll leave that out for now. I don't have anything to upload for you for now. So I'll go and continue. Okay, so it's asking me to tick a few forms just so that I consent that the Manchester College, can contact me for anything and save all my data. So if I go and agree on all 4, and then now it's asking you what's your preference to be contacted. Personally, I don't mind being contacted by email, by post, by text message, by telephone. I'm open to any. Whatever is most convenient for you, you can tick that. That's fine. So I'm going to select all of them, and I'll go and continue. Okay, so it's now asking me to confirm all my details. So I'm just going to double check my name, my surname, my date of birth, my email address, my mobile number, and then I'm also going to double check all my address details. So if the college was to send me anything out, they can send it to the right address. Okay, and it's also got my additional needs. So I've got dyslexia, I need some support with this, that's on there. If anything is wrong, you can tick on this edit section here, this icon, and you can change things around. And my qualifications, I'm just going to double check that. Just want to re-emphasize, it's very important that you work as hard as possible to get the best results you can so that we can put you on the highest level course. Okay, so that's all correct now. And then I can finally, if everything's correct and you're happy, you can go and submit application form. Okay. I've clicked on that now. So as you can see, it's giving me a thank you message for applying, and it's showing the first stage of my application process. So this part is application submitted. So as you progress onto the next stages, you'll get communications via email, which will be shortly shown to you on the next recorded video. And then it will show you how to accept your offer and how to book onto future events, okay? I just want to re-emphasize, it's very important that you accept your offer within the first 8 weeks. The reason being is our admissions team kind of progress it onto it really fast, and they try and get an offer out to you as soon as possible. Bearing in mind you filled in all the correct information that they need. If you don't, for whatever reason, accept the offer in the first 8 weeks or so, that's not a problem. Please don't make another application form because it will cause issues. We'll have all your details saved onto our systems. So if you give our admissions team a call on this number here, so 03333 222 you can just give them a call and explain the situation that you didn't get the chance to accept an offer. Can you please reactivate that and accept your offer? Or if it's easier for you, you can also email them at inquiries@tmc.ac.uk. So that's everything from start to finish of the application process. Thank you very much for watching. The next video will show you the communications that you receive. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So the next quick video is a short 5-minute one. We'll tell you all about the different communications that you'll receive, as I just quickly mentioned. I'm just going to play that now for you.
Hi, my name's Claire Pearce and I work for Administration Services at Manchester College. We're going to be looking at communication you'll receive throughout the application process. All of our communication is done via email, so it's important that you provide us with a valid email address that you have regular access to in order to stay up to date with your application progress. When you first register on our Apply portal, you will receive an email confirming your registration and your username. If for any reason you have registered but have not yet applied, there is a link on the bottom of the email which will take you back to the login screen for the Apply portal. This link is in all of the emails you will receive from us. Once you have completed your application, you will receive a confirmation email.
Has that stopped playing, Joe?
Sorry, just stop random.
At this stage, your application is passed to the administration team for processing. If there are any queries with your application at this point, we will contact you to resolve these. When your application has been processed, an email will be sent out to you offering you a conditional place with the Manchester College. This also specifies the requirements or conditions which need to be met for your chosen course. In this example, you can see that the conditions, there are no formal entry requirements as regards to grades. However, we do ask that the applicant attend an applicant and parent information evening. Once you've reviewed this, you can use the link at the bottom of the page to go back to the Apply portal and log in to amend your application. When you log into your Apply portal at this point, you'll be greeted with a home page which tells you the application progress. As you can see from this, you're currently at offer made and the system is waiting for you to accept that offer. In order to accept the offer, if you move down to the bottom of the page and click on Accept, this will bring up a new pop-up asking you if you're sure you would like to accept this offer. If you click on Yes, this will return you to the home page and you'll see that your progress has now moved to Offer Accepted and they're waiting for you to book onto one of our events. A list of available events would usually appear in our Next Steps box at the bottom of the page. If you would like to upload any evidence to your application at this point, you can do so by going to the menu at the left-hand side of the page and clicking on Evidence. This will bring up an Upload Evidence screen. Here you can select the type of evidence you are uploading, whether it's exam results, reference or other evidence you feel may have a bearing on your application. Once you've selected the type, if you click on the Browse button, you'll be able to browse your documents and upload the relevant file. Once you're happy with the file, if you click on Upload. Once you've accepted your place, you will be sent another email confirming your acceptance and stating the conditions once again. If you have accepted the offer of the place and you have booked onto one of our events, you will receive a different email. This again thanks you for accepting your conditional offer, reminds you of the conditions for the course, and lets you know the date, time and campus of the event you are booked onto. As you can see in this email, I've selected a different course, so the requirements have changed. This course requires 4 GCSEs at grade 3 or higher. Had the evidence of those GCSEs been uploaded into your apply portal, the status would have been updated from evidence required to met. If during any stage of your application you have any queries, you can get hold of the course inquiry or admissions team on the number or email address below. Thank you very much for your time today, and I hope this has answered some of your questions.
Okay, so hopefully both videos gave everyone an insight of how our systems work. So I'll just cover a few of the benefits of our online application portal. So obviously the most thing that you can benefit from is you can access your application 24/7, any time of the night, any time of the week. It also gives an advantage over paper applications. Obviously, I've been working at the college for 2 years now. In the past, students have applied on paper, and sometimes they didn't know that it was lost in the process, or we didn't get it until about 2-3 months. With an online application portal, it's instant. You'll get a message, you'll get an email within 10 minutes or so saying we've received the application form. So that's one benefit. It's very quick and easy to use, as you've just seen me giving a demonstration. You can also update your details anytime by logging onto the portal. So once you've created your account, just say you've applied before the Christmas holiday, and in February you've changed address and you've changed your mobile number, you can just log back onto your portal. You can update your address and your new contact number or email address, should that be the case. You can also view your application offer. You can accept it or decline it. Again, you can see upcoming events as well. Usually once you accept your offer, we'd usually ask you to come in for a welcome event. But with the current pandemic, that's not happening. That's why we've got all these different virtual events. So these are some of the benefits of the application portal. So going on to frequently asked questions. So one that I get asked quite a lot in schools is, I don't have an email address, can I still apply? Yes, you can still apply, but we would highly recommend that you create a personal one. The reason being is sometimes students use their school one. So if you've used a school one, it'll still allow you to make that application. But if you're in year 11, you usually leave by June, early June, mid-June, you finish all the exams, you've gone. So you might not receive any communications that we send out once you've left school. So it's very important that you use a personal one that you've created. I'd highly advise create one which you can use for college applications, university or job applications. Just keep one aside. You can also use your parents or carers' email address as well. But again, if you can create one for yourself, that would be brilliant. How many courses can you apply for? You can apply for a maximum of 3 courses. So you might be on the borderline of wanting to do, let's just say, business studies and computing. You like both courses, but you're not entirely sure. So you can apply for 2 courses at 2 different campuses as well. That's fine. You can accept both your offers. If you have any issues logging into an account to accept an offer, you just need to contact our admissions team on the email address and number that we provided. I'll quickly go through that again later on. But if usually you can reset your password if you go on the link on the apply portal link as well. So again, that next question, I forgot my username or password. If you're having troubles, please contact our admissions team. Final frequently asked question that we get is, can I transfer to a different campus or course from my first application? The answer is yes. If you've applied for a maximum of 3 courses and all of a sudden you think you want to change your course or campus, then you will have to contact our admissions team. The easiest way to do this is give them a call and they'll do that for you. So these are some of the frequently asked questions. We'll go on to some more questions later on. Just before I do that, I wanted to talk a bit more about Connect to College. If you are currently in a school year 10, you probably got these emails about Connect to College. So this is more about how transition is from school to college. It gives you more information on our curriculum department. It gives you more information on our T levels, which start from 2021. You can also learn about industry excellence and academy and Centre for Excellence as well. So if you visit tmc.ac.uk, there is a link to Connect to College and you can get all this information, okay? I'd highly recommend it because you can read further on your area, on your curriculum area, and you can get a lot of activities and tasks as well, which can help you prepare for September. Okay, finally, if you do need to get in touch with us, these are all the different email addresses on the number. So like I said, I'm from the School Liaison team. If you need any application support, please drop us an email or you can give us a call. If we are going to stick around for a bit once this session has finished. So if you want to drop us an email on slt@tmc.ac.uk with your name and contact number, we can give you a call. If it's not convenient today, please note down what day will be suitable for yourself. If you do have any technical issues and account issues, once you've created your account, it's our course inquiries team. So it's inquiries@tmc.ac.uk, or the easiest way would be to call 03333 222 444. Usually they open 8:30 till 4:30 Monday to Thursday, and on a Friday 8:30 till 4 p.m. So in between them times, if you give them a call if you've got any issues, or easiest way is email if it's out of them hours. Some of you may be thinking you don't know what to apply for, or because of the pandemic, you've not had that chance to have a one-to-one careers interview. Please don't be worried. That email here, where it says careers and guidance team, okay, you can email that. So careers@welfare@tmc.ac.uk. If you need that one-to-one careers advice, please drop them an email and someone will be in contact with you to give you one-to-one advice over the phone. Okay. One other thing I also want to mention before we move on to the questions and answers is you can follow the Schools Liaison team on social media. So our Instagram account, if you just search for TMC School Liaison, our Twitter is @SchoolsTeamTMC. Okay, so you can find us on social media. Please do keep in touch with us and you can get updates on a weekly basis. We're now going to move on to questions and answers. That's it from me. So if you do have any questions, please type it in, or you can raise your hand if that is possible. So I'll pass it back over to, is it yourself, Chelsea? Yeah.
Yes, it will be me. Thanks, Joe. That was really great. So yeah, we do have quite a few questions that have come through. So thank you everyone for your questions. If you do have any more, please feel free to add them to the Q&A box. So just starting off, somebody's asked, could the school take ownership of password resets for their learners?
Okay. So in terms of passwords, ideally it'd be better if you create your own password. So it goes back to having your own email address. So it's very important that you take ownership of that. Just imagine you've left school or a teacher's not in, and again, the pandemic, an issue like this happens again. It's always best to keep your own password. What I usually do is on my phone, I have a note section. So all my passwords, all my usernames, I do that. And I'd advise you highly to take ownership of your password alongside your email address as well.
Great, thank you. And somebody's also said, how many applications can I make?
So that goes back, the maximum application you can make is 3. So like I said, some of you may be on the borderline of doing a course and another course which you really enjoy. So you can apply for a maximum of 3, accept your offers for all 3. And then obviously you can only do 1 when it comes to September. We're a technical college. So because of the amount of workload that's involved and it's very career focused, you can only do 1 course. You can apply for a maximum of 3, but then finally decide on 1 course.
Thank you. Somebody's asked, if I've forgotten my details, what do I do?
Okay, if you've forgotten your username or let's just focus on username for now. If you've forgotten your username, you have to call this number or email this number, so which is the course inquiries. They will provide you with a username. So your username is always the first part of your email address. So can you just imagine your email address without the @? That is usually your email address. But if you do forget for some reason, give our course inquiries team a call and we'll give that to you. If you forget your password, you can reset that yourself. If you go on the apply portal and forgot password, you can reset it through that.
Great, thank you. Somebody's also asked, how will college differ with COVID? Now, I know that tomorrow we do have an event called Safety on Campus, where somebody will be able to kind of answer that question thoroughly. But I don't know if there's anything that yourself or Claire can add to that question about how the college will differ with COVID.
Yeah. Claire, do you have any input on this from an admissions point of view?
At the moment, I know that there are plans in place looking at how we're going to change the way we possibly provide some of our courses, but the session tomorrow will probably go into a lot more detail than I have at the moment, unfortunately.
That's fine, thanks guys. Just to let you know, that session is going to be at 5 p.m. tomorrow, so you can join that session. So just head to our website to register to attend for that one. Okay, so next question is, do we still come in to enrol? Now, again, we do have a session tomorrow called How to Enrol at 11 a.m. But I don't know if any of you guys can answer just quickly now, answer that question.
Like I said before, we are planning our enrolment at the moment. So what will happen is during the summer, you'll probably receive an email asking you to fill out your enrolment form through your apply portal and book a slot for enrolment. Now, some of you might have to speak to curriculum to speak to them and make sure that you're on the right level of course, and we'll go through enrolment that way and complete it with them.
Thanks, Claire. And yeah, just to reiterate, there is a session tomorrow, so they will cover that in detail if people do have some more questions about enrolment. Okay, so moving on, we've got a question here. What support is there for students during this time? Any of you answer that one?
It depends on what you're asking with regards to support. If it's support with applications, you can always ring our course inquiry line, and we'll happily answer any questions that you've got regarding your application and anything we do know about enrolment coming up. If it's support with regards to student support or learning support, again, if you ring the course inquiry line, we can put you in touch with the correct teams and you can find that information out.
Thanks, Claire. And again, just to let everybody know that there is an event on the 10th of July, which is on Friday at 11 a.m, where you can meet our transition team, and I'm sure they'll be able to answer any questions about the support options available for any students. We've got another question here. So if somebody doesn't check the portal after they've applied, will they receive a letter or a text?
The portal does keep a copy of all the communication that's sent out. What happens is you'll get an email with that communication. And then closer to the time, if you've got an interview coming up or an event coming up, you'll normally get a text message a couple of days before just to remind you that that's happening.
Thank you. We've had a question, how many courses can we apply for? Did you say it was 3 earlier?
Yeah, a maximum of 3, yeah.
Okay, thank you. And somebody's asked, when will I find out if my offer has been accepted?
So usually within a week or so, if I'm correct, Claire, the departments would be in touch and give an offer. So and then you just accept the offer on the portal. Is that correct, Claire? Yeah.
Yeah, with our 16 to 18 applicants, you will normally get a provisional offer or a conditional offer within a few days. It does depend on the requirements of the course occasionally, whether you'll need to submit further evidence or speak to one of the tutors. So some of our performing arts courses, you might need to have an audition, or art and design, you might need to submit a portfolio.
Okay, thank you. We've got a question, how do I cancel or change an application?
So the easiest way would be to contact our admissions team. If you want to cancel it, for example, you can call the team and they can do it over the phone. Or again, if it's easier for yourself, you can email. If you want to apply for a new course, remember, if you've only applied for one, you can make another application and then later on call our course inquiries team and just say you want to cancel your first application form. There won't be an issue with that.
Thank you.
And can I just also add to that question? For example, if you've applied for 3 courses and you've not accepted your offer for all 3 courses, and then all of a sudden you decide, you know what, I really want to study at the Openshaw campus, or I really want to study at the Manchester College, please don't make another application form because the system will block it. It won't allow you to make any more applications. So again, the easiest way is to call our admissions team on the number 0333332244. I've memorized that now. So and they can reactivate that number for you. Not number, sorry, I'm losing my words now. They can reactivate the application for you.
Great, thanks, Joe. Somebody's asked, can I enrol on more than one course?
With enrollment, if it's a technical qualification, no, we can only allow the person to do one technical qualification. However, some students may not have maths or English as a GCSE. The government requires all school leavers up to the age of 18 to resit that. But answering that question, you can only do one technical qualification.
Thank you. Will we have to take any interviews?
Claire, do you want to answer that one? Yeah.
So for 16-year-olds, you're normally offered a conditional place on the course before you've seen a tutor. 17 and 18-year-olds, you may need to attend an interview first. Again, it does also depend on the nature of the course. So for things like performing arts and art design, you may be required to come in. Other courses, it may be that there are events set up throughout the year that you can attend, but it's not necessarily a requirement.
Okay, thank you. Somebody's asked, what happens if I want to change the course I've applied for?
I think Joe answered this question before. If you want to change the... Oh, sorry.
Go on.
No, if you want to change the course, depending on how many applications you've actually got on the system already, you can call our course inquiry team and they will be able to change that for you.
Thank you. Somebody's also asked, is there A-level courses as well as vocational?
I think Joe might be better for this one.
So we're a technical college, so we focus heavily on employer-based courses. So we don't offer A-levels. The way we're going forward is we're going to start T-levels, which is very employer-based focus. So we emphasize a lot on work experience. And if you definitely know what career pathway you want to choose, we offer them kind of courses. So to answer your question, no, we don't offer any A-level.
Thanks, Joe. Somebody's also asked, because you only take one subject or course in September, does it limit you and your career options in the future?
No, it doesn't limit you in any way. So for example, some people think if they do a technical qualification that they can't go on to university. So just to kind of explain that is, if you do a level 3 extended diploma in any of our courses that we offer, that's equivalent to 3 A-levels. So you do the same amount of work as you would do if you're doing 3 A-levels. So you can still go on to university, you can still go on to high-level apprenticeships, degree apprenticeships. It's all employment. Because don't forget, you get a lot of work experience if you take the technical route alongside all the knowledge that you get.
Great, that's a good answer, thank you. And got one final question here. Somebody's asked, when will you get your ID badge?
I'll let Claire do it. I think it's more enrollment, isn't it, once you enroll,
Yeah, normally you'd receive your ID badge when you come onto campus. So if our enrolment is being done virtually this year, you will hopefully be able to upload your own picture. And then when you attend site, you'll be able to collect your ID badge.
Great, I think that's answered everybody's questions. Unless anybody wants to submit any more, we'll just leave it just a couple minutes or so, just in case anybody would like to add any more questions. Somebody has also asked if the video will be uploaded somewhere. Yes, it will be uploaded to YouTube, so keep your eyes out for that. We will send out a communication about that.
So if there is any more specific questions, you can email the School Liaison team. So it's a very easy email just to remember. So slt@tmc.ac.uk, slt@tmc.ac.uk. So we will be checking that after this session is finished. So if you want us to give you a call, or you don't feel comfortable typing anything, please do send us an email and we'll call you straight after this session.
Brill. Okay, well, thanks a lot for that to both Joe and Claire. It's really, really helpful. If you would like to find out more about the college, we do have lots of events throughout the next couple of weeks, such as how to enrol, student experience, the new Industry Excellence Academy, and sessions from different curriculum areas. So make sure you head to our website, tmc.ac.uk, and click Couch to College, and you can find out more about all the upcoming events, and you can register to attend. So from all us here at the Manchester College, thank you very much for joining us, and we can't wait for you to join us in September. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.